Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Flix and Giggles. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another series review. Today, we are going to take a look at Spider Noir. This is a brand new series on Amazon Prime. Right now,
Mhm.
IMDb gave this an 8.0, and that is a really good rating. I
That's a
mean,
great rating.
that's a
He has
great
a great
rating,
rating.
dude, because this
Yeah.
joint was pretty awesome. It's so interesting
Mhm.
because with this series, Amazon gave us the ability to watch it in color or in black and white. Have you ever like seen anything like that ever before? Is this the
No,
first?
and no, I think this is the first time that I've seen.
Yeah,
Maybe they've done it before, but like, this is the first time that I've seen that it was in black and white and color.
yeah,
And I will say this: if you haven't seen it yet, watch it in black and white. It's
yeah,
just so much better.
yeah.
It is the superior format is in black and white, and it's got this texture or something to it that it looks it is clean because it's digital, but, like, it feels classic, like, it feels like the oldie days or whatever when you're growing up. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like. So,
I
yeah, it's great.
I watched the entire series in black and white. I didn't even attempt to look at it in color
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I actually
I
like
did
black
too.
and white. You know what I'm saying? Definitely this
Mhm.
new digital black and white. But after I watched it, I did watch 15 minutes of it in color, and I'm just like, I am so glad I watched it in black and
No,
white,
no,
dude.
you did the right thing.
I
Black and
am
white
so
is the
glad.
for this thing because it's noir, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to
It's
be
in the
the
name. It's
gritty,
in the title.
yeah,
Hmm.
gumshoe, classic old TV serial,
Hmm.
how Star Wars is supposed to be a serial classic thing,
Yeah,
like Flash Gordon, that kind of thing. That's what this show is, and I have to say this is one of these shows that nailed it. Like
dude.
it's modern,
Hmm.
so, they got special effects, the Spider-Man's actually swinging around, like,
Yeah,
they coulda just had him walk everywhere and pretend like, "Yeah, we swung somewhere, just don't worry about it." But they made him swing, they gave him real powers, and it feels amazing. Like, watching this thing, it feels like you really get that feeling of, like, the old classic movies, the classic Casablanca type movies, you know
hmm.
what I'm saying? The classic movies. It has this. So it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did this series feel a little bit like an art house joint or what?
Yeah, because you know what the thing about this is that there's not a lot of characters. So like the old movies like you have the old classic movies. There would be like five characters, and then somebody in the back would be like washing dishes or whatever. But like there'd be five main characters. That's all you really talk or see.
Mhm.
And this is what they kind of that this is the feel they had for it. And yeah, man, it gives that classic view of how these shows and movies were made, but they have modern technology and they should shoot digital.
Yeah.
You do 100 takes, not a big deal. Like you
So
shut down the whole. You do 100 takes of film, you had to shut down for a couple months, man. You're done.
you gotta like
No more
buy the
film.
film, wait for it to be delivered. But
Yeah, you gotta wait.
yeah. So Amazon again, you know, we saw we've been watching Citadel. Obviously we watched Jack Ryan and some other stuff on Amazon. And now we're
Mhm.
watching or we finished up Spider Noir. Amazon's been, they've been busy, dude, for
They've been
real.
busy, man.
They've been
Last
busy.
couple weeks they've been busy.
They've been
'Cause,
busy.
normally Netflix is dropping stuff every week, whatever.
Yeah.
Amazon's been dropping stuff frequently, and I would say this, for the most part, it's been good things.
Yeah.
They've been dropping some
And that's what I
decent ones.
mean. They've been dropping
Yeah.
some really good stuff because there's a lot of garbage on Amazon, but they've been dropping some really good stuff. And when I saw this
Mhm.
here and I was just like Spider Noir, Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is one of my faves. This
Yeah.
is his
Oh, yeah.
first TV series he has ever done. He's been doing movies since 1981, dude.
That's a long time. It was Nicolas Coppola, right? It's been going on for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
His family's been doing stuff for a long time,
Yeah. So
and yeah,
he's
I
been doing some
I'm
stuff.
a big fan of his.
Yeah.
It's like Face Off, Con Air, like, I'm a big fan of his, yo.
Now, what's weird is like obviously when we were small, we used to watch like the Spider-Man cartoons either in the morning
Mhm.
or when you come like on weekends or whatever. And then when the
Yeah.
first Spider-Man movie dropped, I did watch that. And after that,
Mhm.
I didn't watch any Spider-Man stuff because it was like, I don't know, it just seems like the movies that Disney was putting out, they just seem sort of corny after the first one. It's just like,
I
okay,
I'll
he's
say this.
swinging, another superheroes after him. It's just like the way Disney put
Mhm.
these Marvel joints together today, I think, is super corny. And when you take some of these other Marvel comics that like the Netflix and the Amazons are doing over, they're doing such a better job at
Yeah.
building these characters up like with their own sort of twist on it. What do you think about that?
Well, here's the thing, like, I agree with you 100%. The
Hmm.
Disney stuff feels like it's prepackaged and it's just, consumption based, just, "Here, throw this thing out." And here's the thing, the Spider-Man's movies are doing great, like, they're doing gangbusters, they do, like, billion and whatever, like, they're
Yeah,
doing great,
they
but
do great.
personally, I've never been a fan of the Disney Spider-Man movies.
Hmm.
They just they don't they're not enjoyable to watch. You're like the thing that you have to watch to get to this other thing. And I know, like, I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'm not even like a casual on Spider-Man. I'm a Spider-Man fan.
Hmm.
Spider-Man and Batman are for me are like they're neck and neck, all right?
Okay.
So I know Spider-Man very well. And I don't like the Marvel Disney Spider-Man.
Not
I
feeling it.
don't like the character.
No.
I don't like how they did the story. They made it a bunch of changes, like the MJ change. She doesn't have an Uncle Ben. There's a bunch of stuff that I don't like about it, and I like I know Sony does it. They have the rights to it, right? And the stuff that Sony did by themselves, so the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, great. That's
Hmm.
spectacular. That's the benchmark right there.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, that was really that they most people feel Andrew Garfield is the most accurate Spider-Man, right?
Really?
And then yeah,
Okay.
that's the consensus. He's the most accurate for how he looks, how he talks, the stuff he's doing
Mhm.
is the most accurate for what it is. But his movies weren't that great, so it's kind of a is a take or give or take on that one. And then Tom Holland is like he has all the resources, all the budget, and he finally have other people to interact with him from Marvel. And the movies are so forgettable. No one wants to watch them again. So it's like it's like a blah, whatever. Who cares? So this is the thing. Spider-Man is probably one of the I think the second most popular character for comic books
Mhm.
in the world behind Superman.
Wow.
Superman's number one,
Mhm.
Spider-Man's like number two, and Batman's three, I
Mm.
think. I think it's something like that. Spider-Man is huge. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is. And the thing about that I love about this show is that this is a unique take on an idea, and they did it as a period piece. So it's supposed to be 1940, 50, whatever, or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's old timey, right? They had the Model Ts driving around, right? And they the old timey gangsters, and it was like serial TV show or whatever. But like this is a unique, cool take on this thing, and the for Nicolas Cage, this is like the perfect vehicle for him
Dude.
because this is when he was. Did you watch the Spider Verse movies? The cartoon that they did out the Lord and Miller did.
No.
I think it's Into the Spider Verse. Or whatever.
No.
There's two cartoons. They have a
Okay.
sequel. So this character was introduced in that,
Mhm.
and it's like it's a character, like, it's a real character, but it's like a throwaway kinda thing that is like in a comic as a joke,
Mhm.
and they made it something that people I honestly, I cared about this character, and I hope we'll get to the budget and stuff like that, but, like, I hope they make more of this thing because
Dude.
it's a throwaway character, but everybody cared. Everybody
Okay.
who did this show cared about this thing and wanted to make it as good as possible,
And they did,
and
you
yeah,
know,
they did.
they did a great job. So let's talk about the budget for Spider Noir. So
Mhm.
there are reports that this series cost $400 million, 50 million an episode, which is
Mhm.
ridiculous. And I also read where there was some infighting with the producers and stuff like that. And Amazon
Yeah.
basically said, we don't know if we're going to do a season two yet. We don't know. It was pretty expensive, but you know what? It's number two on Amazon. again, the
Mhm.
joint just looked awesome. Crazy money. I'm quite sure Nicolas Cage got I mean, they backed up the Brinks truck for him. You know what I'm saying?
They paid the money went the 400 million went somewhere, all
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
They paid money. I will say this though, the sets and designs, everything looks really good.
Yeah. This
And
joint is good.
they went above and beyond because he's swinging around the city like it's 1940 something still.
Mhm.
So that the swinging is a huge deal for special effects, and it's a huge thing. It's complicated to do, but the swing in 1940 something New York City is even crazier,
Yeah.
right? If it was a modern city, it wouldn't have been that big a deal, but they made it have to look old and then have them swinging around that. But like it looked good, man. You can't front on it. It looked really good.
So
The actual city, the city's still part of the story. It's
it
one of the plot
it looked
points.
really good, man. Who was I can't remember the newspaper in the original Spider-Man. What
The
was it?
Daily Bugle.
Okay,
Daily Bugle.
so they came out with this here Spider Noir, and the
Mhm.
newspaper that that's gonna like pop off is the Harlem Herald, right? Totally new,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is real dope. But
Mhm.
I was watching an interview with Nicolas Cage, and he was saying how, basically he was saying this is the first TV series he's done ever,
Mhm.
and that he was so glad that this was a TV series because, everything wouldn't have translated like if it were a movie. I'm kind of
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
it was
You
a
didn't make
series as
cuts.
well, right? Because I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I just, man, the thing about this Spider Noir, right, is this here again, watch it in black and white because that's where you're going to get the complete experience, right? But the thing about this
Mhm.
is, it's it is really once you start watching it, you really cannot stop watching it, and
Yeah, yeah. It
it's
hooks you in.
crazy, and it's kind of interesting because it's not like all like blood, sweat, and tears, gory or anything like that. It's just a
Mhm.
really fun series to watch. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, maybe super fun, really great TV series and movies um are really expensive. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know why this thing costs so much. I don't know why. Well, I do know. So the special effects made this thing expensive for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like if these guys really tried, they could trim down the budget and still put out a really good show. And
But
maybe you don't need any A-listers in there. You just got Nicolas Cage and everyone else is just working for chump change. That's
mhm,
fine. But I think that you could kind of skim down because he's fighting like four supervillains at the same time
yeah.
throughout the show.
Um
That's four things that you got to do special effects for.
okay.
If it was just one person, you could keep the budget a lot lower.
Let me ask you this
You know what
here because you
I'm saying?
said you're a Spider-Man person, right? So the other
Mhm.
monsters or like villains or whatever he was fighting, right? Are those real characters?
They're variations of the was it the 616 Spider-Man, the
Hmm.
regular comic book Spider-Man. So Sandman's real. That's a real current Spider-Man. There's a the Electro guy. He's got like electric powers. I forgot his name. I think it's like Electro, whatever.
Hmm.
He's got electric powers, and then the
Yeah,
other guy, he's a mixture of some other
the black
characters.
guy who
Like
had the
yeah, the black guy.
mhm,
He's a mixture of like Rhino and some other guys.
mhm,
So I don't really know what his thing was supposed to be,
mhm.
but the other two are for sure Spider-Man villains for sure. I don't know what the black guy's character is supposed to be. Like I don't because he wasn't clear like defined of what his character looks like. Like he just had some dots on his head
Yeah,
and some scales on his arms.
right.
So like it's like a
Scale
it
man.
could be anything. Yeah. It could
He's
be
scale
anything. We
man.
didn't really like he did turn into Rhino with a big horn,
Right.
whatever coming out his forehead. And like
That's a
so
real
it's hard to
character,
tell
huh?
what he's supposed to. But, like, they did variations
Yeah.
of actual Spider-Man villains, which is cool. I like that there's a different version of it rather than you have to do the exact same thing everybody else does, so,
So,
yeah.
what did you think about the cast?
The cast was
The
good.
cast was good, right?
was really good.
I
The
mean,
villain was good.
dude, I mean, like
He's
it's
he was
crazy.
super Irish, I love it.
Oh my goodness, he's really Irish, because I think
Yeah, yeah,
didn't he
yeah, I've
play?
seen a
He
bunch of
plays in
stuff.
Peaky Blinder a little bit, doesn't he?
I think so,
The
I can't
Gleason
remember.
guy,
He's a I've seen him in a bunch of movies,
yeah,
and, yeah, he's a good actor,
you know,
and
and
he was hamming it up. He was
and
having fun.
and also the Mayor Morris. You've seen him before. He's been in
Yeah,
sitcoms.
I've
He's
seen him
been
a
in
bunch of
like
stuff too.
stuff like that,
He's always a slimy guy or
right?
whatever. He does a bunch of stuff.
He does a bunch of
So, like,
stuff.
there's characters that you've seen before in other things.
Mhm.
Even the, what's the name? Carol what's the girl's name? Kate or Carol? I forgot her name. It's,
Karen
she's been
Rodriguez.
in a bunch of stuff. No, no, the girl, the main girl.
Oh,
Was it
Kat. Yeah,
Kate?
her name was Kat.
Cat,
Yeah.
Cat. Sorry. I'm just been busy there, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Cat. She's been a bunch of stuff that
Yeah.
I've seen before. So, like, everybody is in I've all there's nobody that I haven't seen before in something, which is good, like, for TV level stuff is great, but the cast was fine.
Mhm.
They did a good job. What's good? When you have a show and you don't hate anybody. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
There's a character like, "Oh god, the guy just doesn't seem worth
Wait
his
a
shit."
minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I will say this. I will say this though, right? Electric Man, but
Yeah.
his name was Lehman, or
He was doing the
Layman.
most.
So
He was doing the most.
he was doing the most. So the characters, I think,
Mhm.
that should have like gotten off, they got off. You know what I'm saying? Like the doctor got off, and her son, even
Mhm.
though that was kind of sad because she found the antidote and then a son
Yeah,
turned
just
back
burnt
to
the
like
place down,
freckles,
yeah.
but they burned the joint down.
Mhm.
What was old boy's name? Oh my goodness, what was his name? The see now I gotta think. I can't even remember his name.
Yeah,
The
yeah, I gotta look this up,
the
right?
mobster, the mobster. His name was wait a
The
minute here.
Silverman?
Silvermane, right? Silvermane. So
Yeah.
Silvermane, this is the only thing that was kind of interesting to me. Like Silvermane and the Electra guy
Mhm.
and also the doctor, they all got killed. But here's the thing about Silvermane. This was kind of interesting, but it's okay because the series itself lent itself to some goofiness, which is like kind of
Yeah.
serious in a way, right? But like he's a
Mhm.
mobster in New York City with a crew of like maybe 5 people, dude, running the whole city.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, and see, that was the
Yeah, yeah.
goofiness of it. And I'm just like, but
I
that's okay. Mhm.
I have to take a retraction here. The black dude's playing Tombstone, which I do know who that is.
Okay.
So, I know who that character is.
Oh, so wait
Yeah,
a
so
minute. His character,
these are all Spider-Man characters,
okay,
yes.
Tombstone is actually a villain.
Yeah.
So what's the superpower as a villain
He's like
called
a rock.
Tombstone?
He's he's, like, built out of rock or whatever. It's hard to
Tombstone.
kill.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go. It's
Tombstone
got a
because he's
flat
built
top
like a
and he's like out of
rock.
rock.
Okay.
Yeah. His
The
body's hard. It's hard.
and the other thing, so I was just like, that was kind of like it wasn't like it wasn't something that disappointed me, but I was just like,
Mhm.
okay, when you have these sort of movies like this, like a movie that's put together, a Spider-Man movie, they didn't even put man in after Spider. It was just Spider Noir, which is like, and then they had the black and white like key art, and I was just like, wow, this is
Mhm.
crazy. And then you have Nicolas Cage, but to have the mobster, um, with like a crew of like a handful of like gangsters, and a lot of them got killed. You know what I'm saying? And then
They
he
gotta
ended up
save the
getting
budget,
killed,
man.
and I was just
They
like,
gotta save the
wow.
budget.
Cat,
They only got 400,000,000.
yeah, Cat, she, and they all played to the end, dude, with the exception of
Yeah, no,
the
they were
few
too old to go.
guys, yeah, who got killed early on. But like Cat
Mhm.
killed it. Cat is beautiful. She killed it. And I was just
Yeah,
like,
she was great.
wow, she's who's the other person's name? The secretary for
Janet. Janet.
Janet. Janet was like pretty good looking. She was really good. Um
Mhm.
Everyone, dude, all the characters, even the ones I thought should be off, they still did a really great job. The doctor was really good. She was
Yeah,
almost like
supporting
sinister,
cast.
but she wasn't sinister because she was trying to find an antidote, but she had to
Mhm.
like, you know, basically practice on these like other sort of monsters and had these
She's
fools in
trying to save her
jars.
son.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You could have done a show about the doctor. She's trying to save her son. She
Right.
know when you people are in this situation to do whatever they can to save their family or somebody they love, they're willing to do anything, right?
Yeah.
And then you can't be mad at that because if people were in the same situation, they would do it too. So
Mhm.
I was at first I was like, oh, this doctor is crazy, whatever, whatever. And I found out it was her son. I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It was crazy
He's
that he
being
was
crazy.
like he was that old. But the other really cool
Mhm.
thing about this film is, Spider-Man ended up getting the Riley, he ended up getting the antidote, and he was like, I'm just gonna inject everyone. He basically ended up he did inject like the tombstone guy, the black guy, in the eye. Oh boy,
Yeah.
like he stuck him in the eye,
I was
dude. It's
yo,
like,
I was like,
ah,
oh,
I'm telling you, right? So that was crazy as
oh,
anything. But then he lost
yeah.
everything, right? And then
Mhm.
come to find out that Cat really was still in love with Flint, who was the
Mhm.
Sandman, right? Um, and I was like, this is kind of cool right here because, he had one antidote left and he gave it to Flint. And I was just like, wow, that dude. You see what I'm saying? It's just like when
I
you
mean, he's the hero. He's supposed to do hero
I
things,
know, but
right?
this is why this series was so much fun. I think anyone can
Mhm,
watch this. I think like 12-year-olds can watch this. I think adults can watch this. I am so glad that this wasn't a movie. I am so glad that this was
mhm.
not in the theaters because you wouldn't be able to get the same experience you would get at home watching a black and white film. Dude, like the first episode
Yeah.
I watched that on my deck, right? So it was a little sunny. And then all the other
Mhm,
episodes I watched in inside, lights off. Dude, it looked awesome. I was just like, wow, this joint here is listen. Amazon,
mhm.
we used to joke about Amazon. You once said like Amazon forgot they had like Amazon Prime. He he's remembering that he has Amazon Prime because he's putting out some really good content, and he
Yeah.
wants the content. He really has to put out content because it's Amazon MGM now. You just can't let MGM go to the wayside, right?
Well, it's a studio. It's a
Right.
full
It's a
studio they
full
buy,
studio
so
now, dude. So they have
yeah.
all that like sort of
I
like legacy history with MGM
yeah.
combined with all the new tech and everything else with Amazon, and now it's online and everything else. Man, this
Mhm,
was crazy. And let me say this here too, right?
mhm.
Dude, they I don't know, like obviously there was a lot of CGI because you had a lot of old school cars and things like that. Um,
They took the budget went,
Yeah.
CGI.
You know what I'm saying? Because they, back in the day, they would have like had bro cars, they would have built the set like in California somewhere,
Mhm,
but it was a lot of CGI. But the only
mhm.
disturbing, and not really disturbing, but the only CGI I really could say, oh, that's CGI was like when Spider-Man was like spinning his webs and everything. I was like, okay, he's still not like sure how to like swing, you know what I'm saying, with the webs and everything. But this joint was like super fun. Yo, Keo, listen, I'm
Mhm.
definitely watching this again for real.
Yeah, yeah, Imma watch it again too.
You know?
It's a it's a fun series. Like, it's a fun series that takes itself serious.
Yeah,
So they're trying to do a fun thing, but they're also trying to get the feel of, if this was 1940 something, how we do this show and have the characters try and act like that day and age. And like it's got the look right. The people who are trying to give they're trying to do the voices from that era. Is a bunch of stuff that they did to try and make it as close to as they could. Because it's at the end of the day, it's still a comic book thing,
mhm,
but like it has this fun feel to it
right,
that
mhm,
I think
yeah,
people enjoy. Because it's not like it's taking itself serious, but it's not trying to be mean or it's not trying to be like look how great we are, or whatever we're doing. Like it's trying to be like, hey, we care about this project and we think you're gonna like it, and
yeah.
that's what they did. Which
Now,
is that's all I ask for, really. When I'm
mhm,
watching a movie or whatever, like you guys legitimately care about this project, or is this your stepping stone to get some other work?
let me
This looks like the people who wrote this thing cared.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
love it.
definitely. Let me ask you this before we get up out of here because again, I
Mhm.
know nothing about this like whole Marvel universe and everything else. Some of these soldiers during the war, when they were captured, the Germans were like, experimenting on them, right? In this whole
Mhm.
Marvel universe, right? Is that how these sort of superheroes came
No,
about? No,
it's
okay,
got nothing to do with anything. Yeah,
okay,
this is the way they told the story
okay.
for this what would be this decade or
That's awesome,
whatever.
dude. That's awesome, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
yeah.
that is
'Cause, like,
awesome.
that's the thing that I like the fact that they tried to come up with a new way to give these guys powers and come up with a
Yeah.
new way to explain the story, and that I like that. I like people taking risk and trying to do something rather than just here. This guy did this thing here and he did this thing. Like it's boring.
Mhm,
I don't want to watch another or like it's another thing. There's no they didn't waste their time doing an origin story. They were like, this guy's Spider-Man Noir. Go.
mhm.
This the show is going. That's
So
it. You gave up. Good.
we know that sometimes with these like really awesome season ones, season twos are like snoozers. One, two
Mhm.
questions. One, do you think they should come out with season two? And the second question is, are you hoping that season two is not a snoozer?
Well, I think they could get a season 2 because it's doing well on Amazon right now.
Yeah,
It's
it's
doing
number
pretty
two.
good.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good. So if it maintains this thing, I think they could probably get a season 2 out of this, but they're gonna cut the budget,
Oh my
man.
goodness! Like,
There's no way it's
even
the
like,
another
do you
400
think
movies.
that even $250 million is a lot for like an eight episode series?
No, they could do 200. That's fair.
Two hundred about, yeah,
'Cause they could
okay,
do you do 200 for a movie.
yeah.
So why can't do 200 for 8 shows? Like,
Right.
that's good.
And the thing about it is they have all the stuff that they built out and that they created for the first season, so it should be cheaper.
Yeah.
I would like to see a
Yeah,
season
it's a
two.
lot cheaper because it's
Yeah,
already half of this thing is already done.
right.
But, Spider-Man has a really good rogues gallery, so there's a bunch of people that you could do. Like, imagine a 1940s Doc Ock or, like, a Falcon or whatever.
Yeah.
The Vulture, sorry, not
Mhm.
Falcon, Vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a bunch of characters that would be cool, and you could do the steampunk kinda thing with it too,
Yeah.
and it'll be interesting.
Is that what
And,
you're calling it?
other thing I like
Steampunk? The noir, you're calling it steampunk?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I would say like for these kind of characters that's
Mhm.
got like robotic arms over,
Right.
it would have to be
Okay.
steampunk.
Okay, that's
They
cool.
couldn't do anything else
Uh-huh.
because the technology doesn't exist yet, so it have to be
Right.
some kind of mechanical thing. But like I think that would be cool
Yeah, I think so
if you
too.
did that.
I so
Yeah,
hope
it'll be
um
interesting.
I so hope they come out with a season 2 because um everything I guess this year, thus far this year, the stuff that I've seen on Amazon, obviously Citadel is like real dope. We watched some
Mhm,
movies that were really great. But this was just, man, this was just really fun to watch. Um
mhm,
it was I think after the second episode, I was really excited to just like sit down and watch this joint because it was just so much
mhm.
fun. The characters were like serious, but not in a serious way. And they just did
Yeah,
really well with this joint, man. So we are talking about Spider Noir. Keo, what are you going to rate Spider Noir?
I'm gonna give it a 10. I had a fun time watching this thing, and I watched it black and white. I'll probably watch it in color next, but like it was a great show. Like, it's a really good show. You could tell everybody cared about what they're doing.
Yeah.
They liked the character. They liked the property. And Sony, for the most part, Sony was like, "All right, go do what you want." For the most part, I don't know who was butting heads with behind the scenes over
Mhm.
the property and how this thing was going, but like somehow this is the thing, the people somehow pulled out a gem out of all the fighting and everything that's going on. Like, there had to be rewrites. They
People
probably did
care. Like you
reshoots for
said,
stuff.
people care.
They had to do a bunch of garbage behind the scenes,
Mhm.
and they still produced a quality show. That is excellent for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they make a season 2, I will watch it. I'm gonna watch this thing again sometime this week, and yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm also gonna give this joint a 10, man. I haven't had this much fun watching something in a really long time. It was just really fun. I mean, a lot of times you get that like when you're watching comedies and stuff like that, just like this was done well. The noir, the ability to give the user to watch it in color or black and
That's
white
cool.
or go back and
Right.
forth. I don't, again, we've been doing this for like over 5 years. We've never watched anything that gave us the option to watch in color or black and white. That is real dope. Amazon just killed
Mhm,
it right there, right? Amazon killed this
mhm.
whole production, just by, saying, hey, this is it. And when I kept seeing it and I was like, I'm not really into Spider, and then you were
Mhm.
like, yo, dude, some of my boys are saying this joint is dope. And I was like, let me
Yeah,
check it
yeah.
out. And I'm so glad we checked it out because right now, and I don't know what else is coming out. We do have Silo to watch, but right now, thus far, this is the best thing I've seen
This
this
year?
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the best this
This
is
is
the
the,
best thing this year,
yeah, this is the
easily.
best thing this year. And again, I don't know what Silo is going to be like, but that's in a totally different category. This is the best thing I've seen. This is the best thing you've seen. This is the best thing we've seen this year. This is Spider
Mhm.
Noir. It's available on Amazon Prime. Keo and I both gave it a 10. Go check it out. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of Flicks and Giggles. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
Alright.